Hello everybody, good morning and welcome to the continuation of our chapter Interdependence of Living Beings, Plants and Animals. Now, in our previous class we studied all about interdependence in living beings, plants as producers, animals as consumers, decomposers and food chain. So, in today's class, we will be focusing completely on balance in nature and causes of imbalance in nature. As you know, food chain is formed by a series of organisms in which one organism depends on other for food. So, our environment includes all the living and non-living things surrounding us. They all depend on each other for their survival. So, it is very important to maintain the balance in nature. So, balance in nature, food chains and interdependence of living beings maintain a balance in nature. These food chains and interdependence in living beings, they maintain balance in nature. A balance is very necessary for the well-being and survival of all living things. So, any change in the food chain may disturb the balance. If there is any change in the food chains, then it will disturb the balance or it will disturb our balance in nature. So, this will affect the survival of living beings. So, these chains in food chain, it will affect the survival of living things. For example, killing many snakes can lead to a large increase in the population of rats. Why? Because snakes, they depend on rats. So, if you kill so many snakes, then what will happen? There will be a large increase in the population of rats as lots of rats will be eaten. So, increase in rat population may lead to large-scale destruction of food crops. So, this in turn may lead to starvation and death. So, to maintain balance in nature is very, very important. Now, let's see causes of imbalance in nature. Imbalance in nature may occur due to some natural factors. Now, let's see how these natural factors cause imbalance in nature. As you know, no organism can live alone in this world. Every organism, they depend upon each other for growth and survival. We as a human being depend on plants and animals for our survival. So there are some natural factors that cause imbalance in nature. Now let's see how these natural factors cause imbalance in nature. So broadly, imbalance imbalance in nature may occur due to natural hazards or human activity. So, natural factors, the following are some natural factors that cause imbalance in nature. First we have flood, then we have forest fire, then we have droughts. Now let's see flood. As you know, flood is the overflow of large amount of water in one area. Too much of rain can cause flood in an area. This can cause destruction of plants and animals on a large scale. Recently, we saw in news channel there was a massive flood in different parts of the country. It is because of heavy rainfall. So, this flood, this can cause destruction of plants and animals on large scale. So it is a natural factor that causes imbalance in nature. Then we have forest fire. Forest fire may be caused due to continued dry condition and rising temperature. It may also be caused when lightning strikes forest. Forest fire kills many living beings in the forest. As we have seen recently, last year in December 2019, there was a massive forest fire in Australia. So many animals, birds, insects, they died because of this massive fire. So this also causes imbalance in nature. Now next we have droughts. Lack of rain for a long time may lead to drying of water bodies. If there is no rain for a long period of time, then what will happen? It may lead to drying of water bodies. Such condition is known as drought. It may cause plants and animals to die in mass scale. So, this imbalance means a lack of relation between corresponding things. So these are the natural factors: flood, forest fire, drought. So these natural factors cause imbalance in nature. So if there is an imbalance in nature, then we may have to face different difficulties in our life. So because why? We depend on each other for our survival. So it is very difficult for us to survive in this earth. So in a same way, imbalance in nature may occur due to natural hazards or human activity. So there are some man-made causes, that is human activity, that brings imbalance in nature. Now let's see some of the images of imbalance in nature. This is flood. Then we have forest fire. These are the natural factors that cause imbalance in nature. Then we have drought. So these man-made causes we will study in our next class. So we will stop our class till here for today. In our next class we will continue with the man-made causes. So this is all about balance in nature and causes of imbalance in nature. So these natural factors, flood, forest fire and drought, these are some of the natural factors